locked into the vault with Dante Myles on fire. 716 Radio.
Hey, listen, we are back. And if you don't know already, y'all see this orange glow that's sitting to the left of me right here. I got my man in the building, Mimi Nix. What's going on, Mimi?
What's good? What's good?
Listen, we here. Listen, we got a lot to talk about today. Listen, welcome to the vault. And don't forget, go to Fire 716, download that app, and make sure that you check out the content. There's good content on there, man. Good content. So let's hop right into it, man. I want to talk about last night. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who didn't make it and didn't get a chance to watch, there were 0 agenda items on last night's agenda. And it's funny, that our mayor. Now, what happened? Let me just give you a backdrop of the whole last year. When I got elected, I was told by one of my colleagues that the mayor made it his business to let him know that he was not coming to any more of our city council meetings. Mm-hmm. That was at the beginning of last year. And he didn't. That's when he started calling all of the special meetings, because at the special meetings, they don't have no podium. So they don't have a space set aside for people to speak. So it's easy because he don't like to be challenged. And so he stopped coming to all of our meetings, and he started calling special meetings back to back, almost like sometimes twice a month. And so, I started challenging all of that. I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna muzzle the voice of the people. And at first I started boycotting. I'm like, I ain't going to none of these meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden I came back and I was like, I had to do a little quick, I call it Control Alt Delete, that reset. And I said, nah, there's some stuff that needs to be said. And if they can't say something, I'm gonna say something
for sure
at your meeting or it's still our meeting. And I had to sit back and I had to realize, we had to take that power back as a people. And if I had to be, so what happened is I came back and I started filibustering his meetings.
Wow.
His 5-10 minute meeting that he would want to push 30 agenda items through. Yeah, I turned that joint to an hour and a half, and then now you mad. So then now he stopped calling those meetings and started coming to our meetings. Well, not just because of that, election season was coming up.
Yeah.
So now he don't want to look like, because I think he want people to think he thinks everyone's stupid.
Y'all know he ain't coming to the meetings no more, right?
That's crazy.
He's scared. I'm gonna show up now. It's over. He ain't coming in the meetings now.
Right. But see, what's gonna happen is that's gonna be a double-edged sword for him, because at the end of the day, bro, you trying to campaign?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna be campaigning out here and not showing up and listening to what the people got to say, but you think you're gonna go and pass palm cards and kiss babies and shake hands and people can clearly see? Because we have 0 problem in this space.
Yeah,
putting out the truth.
Absolutely.
We gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna definitely keep it a buck on the dais when I'm up there. And now that the people are becoming more engaged and more involved, that's why I tell people, come and see who's misrepresenting.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing. So last night, I was godly happy with the outcome of last night's meeting, because what happens is it shook up a foundation. It shook up a culture that they wanted to create. Yeah. They want to create a culture of shut up, don't say nothing. Let me do what I got to do because I know more than what you know.
Yeah.
I have the answers.
I was put here for a reason.
Right. And for me, I always been a man of the people. I always will be a man of the people. What I'm doing right now has I don't need a vote. I need this many votes. So Dante's not campaigning on nothing. Dante is speaking out on behalf of. So my guy right here.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about this, because this man has receipts, and I've seen the receipts. So when it came down to this whole RFP for these buildings and whatnot, it was done in a manner, and I gotta admit, like, because I didn't know any better. Like, we had 42 agenda items on that night. I remember that night. That's why I was able to call it out the way I did. We had 42 agenda items. I didn't really know the man, but it was like sometimes, as far as development and whatnot, and they were talking about $1 million and so on and so forth for just trying to put money back in. So, and then that was the same. It kind of made sense.
Throw it at us.
We only had 5 days to even look at 40 agenda items, and then they made the big thing with Marshall McWilson Day and all of that stuff. So all of that was all in one. And they had another presentation right after Marshall. So that was like a almost 3-hour meeting. And so, yeah, it got voted on. But my thing is this. I'm like, yo, that's what I said last night. I said we
got 0 tonight, 40 when it matters.
Right.
So where it can be split in with 39 things that don't matter.
Right. And it's easy to kind of push through. Right. So my thing is how do we, and I said, how do we have a corporation council? How do we have a legal team, a whole legal team? Mayor, you was an attorney.
Yeah.
Everything that's in the paper has everything to do with legalities.
Wow.
I'm not an attorney. I don't know I'm not 40 items. Do I have time to look into this person's history and all this when I got 39 other items and I still got a life with this $12,000 stipend a year? We ain't making no big money to be trying to do all that.
Wow.
I got kids to take care of too as well. So yes, it got passed, right? Because it did. It looked like it was okay. I'm trying to flip through. My thing is now, especially when this man is name dropping the mayor, he's name dropping it. Oh yeah, the chief and the mayor take care of you. How did y'all miss this, or was it intentional? That's the biggest thing. Y'all cats. So you put it in there. Don't tell me, oh well, you guys voted on it. Well, you drew it on there. You put it on the agenda, sir. So I'm going to turn it over real quick because one thing about it is y'all hear me a lot and y'all know where I stand, right? But it's other people in the community that has the community's interest at heart, the whole community. I always talk about that because, see, sometimes people like to deal with the best, what they consider the best of the community, and they don't think about the rest of the community. So right now, I want to give the stage real quick to my man, Mr. Demetrius Nix of Nix Construction, of Nix Containers, you know what I'm saying, the founder of the School of Thoughts, founder of the Entrepreneur School of Thoughts, the new Black Wall Street. Like, when I tell you, at the end of the day, this man right here, he been putting in work.
Valid.
I don't care. You don't say what you may. At the end of the day, when I see him doing what he's doing for these young people, giving them jobs, allowing them to get, you know what I'm saying, where the secular world is not really rocking with them. They ain't taking their applications. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you have somebody out here that's actually putting in work and you can see the fruit of it, and this man definitely made me in half of Niagara Falls see orange in a different light. You know
for sure.
No more orange jumpsuits.
That's right. So my man right here, let's put the stage on my man, to Mr. Demetrius Nix.
Yeah. So with me, it's all about unity. That's what the city needs, unity.
That's right.
And I realized, like, when you were saying that those that's up high, they forget about those that's down low. But those that down low, we don't got time to worry about who's up high because of all the stuff that we have to face.
Yeah.
But I understand too, as a leader, that we must think of them all. So, as I've been building with Donta on let's try and get 100 houses for the people.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get 100 houses for the hood. I mean, I would like to. My option is, if I have my choice, all 100 will go to the hood. Right. But as a leader that's trying to come up and lead a city, I understand people that I also don't agree with also has a right to them 100 houses.
Absolutely.
So it must be mapped out so everybody can get them. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, my fight is always going to be to pull those from off the corner. When it's time for me to give a job, you can't tell me who I can hire.
Yeah.
So when I go to hire somebody, I'm going to the corner first. Another brother off the corner is another crime that might not be committed.
Right.
A less person that might be involved into the shootings, the killings. And that's what, our city has so many problems. Yeah. But our real problem is the lack of, we can't dream past tomorrow.
No valid.
Right.
Now what's happening is them folks the white folks, the DeVoe folks, the LaSalle folks, the folks that's more well off, they seeing the problems that we see in the decaying city.
Yeah.
First, you let the hood decay, nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
Let it decay.
Yeah.
The east side disappeared, nobody cared about it.
Right.
The east side is gone. It don't exist.
Right.
It's gone. When I came home from prison, I looked around my hood. I said, dang, where'd it go?
Yeah.
It's gone. Now that it's decaying everywhere, now we all starting to realize we had the same problems. Yeah. In a bigger community, they might be able to be sheltered longer, but it's hard to be sheltered anywhere. When you come outside now, guess what? Everybody think now, you find a house in LaSalle, it used to be you found a house in LaSalle, you happy. Now people like, yo, I just found a house on 82nd Street. Word, I live on 83rd. Oh, so-and-so live on 82nd.
Right.
Now we're becoming your neighbors.
Right. Facts.
So I realized that a long time ago. If they don't realize that you must help us, just like we realize we must help them.
Right.
It's all of us.
Yeah.
It's gonna take all of us to get the level of what we want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Full circle.
But they can't do it without us because at the end of the day, we're the warriors.
Yeah.
We're the ones with the passion. We're the ones that, when they hit their mallet, when he hit his mallet last night, I thought I was back in court. Yes, Your Honor. You don't got no honor in this court because this is the real court of the people.
Right.
And that's why I was pushing, everybody expected me to go on that council meeting and attack the mayor and attack Rod and just attack these houses. But to me, it wasn't an attack. It was the wake up of y'all five need to work together. Yeah. Outside of the time when we sitting here, y'all five need to work together. Y'all five need to dream. And y'all need to dream a little younger. When you got old heads that think old, all you want is the old way. We got to pull Niagara Falls into the 21st century.
Right.
And we can't believe every investor that walks through the goddamn door. You know what I think we need to do that to give us the upper hand? If instead of, the guy came last night, which I can't do that, all the slides. That's nice. I understood his ideal. Yeah. He had the slides of how he had fixed this, And once they come up with that, it's in their light. Do you get what I'm saying? It's in the light that they thinking of. So as they start this plan, we got to follow their direction. Mm-hmm. How about if we form the plan? Absolutely. And you could take somebody like me. I'm a marketing fucking animal. Right. I could be the face. Right. We could push this across the country and bring in our own investors if we had a plan. Absolutely. The city of Niagara Falls, backed by the mayor and the council, has this plan. Who wants to invest? Mm-hmm. Now we could dream up how we want Pine Avenue to look.
The Valley.
We could dream up how we want the east side of Niagara Falls to look. Right. And I think that we need to first spend the time. And it's gonna take us. It might take us a couple of years but we've got to get started. Yeah. Draw up a plan for our city. Absolutely. A mass plan that we want to do this where, even building, it costs so much to build a new construction. But if you building so much of them, companies is gonna come in and leave their machinery here, which is gonna make it a little cheaper on us. Right. Yeah. Right. We need massive building. Yeah. Like when I go down south and you go to like a place like Charlotte. What do you realize in Charlotte that no matter what, you always going to see? Skyscrapers. Construction work. Skyscrapers, seeing always. Woods come down and buildings going up. A growing place. Yeah. That's why even the 100 houses that we asked for, 100 city houses, the quicker you get these abandoned houses off the market, the quicker land development could begin. Right. No valid. Land development don't begin until first we take off the market what's sitting here holding us down. Every single street got an abandoned house on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Except for mine. I got my grandma's street, the only house on the street. Right. They took my whole hood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Valid. I feel like I'm in the country. We got animals like we in the country. Yeah. Right. But it is a gold mine all over there. Well, yeah. Niagara, for sure. This is another thing with Niagara redevelopment. Instead of just attacking them, because everybody think attack, and I think that too. Valid. But my thing is the attack with them is them, the state, the city, all at one table. Yeah. The top land, after we form our plan, we bring them to the table, then we go out from there. I believe that they were all back because I don't think Niagara redevelopment is talking about this plan for a data center. I don't believe the data center going to happen, just like I don't believe the Centennial Park going to happen. Yeah. I believe both sides got ideals that they pushing back and forth, and I don't think no ideal going to come to life, so we got time. Yeah. Right. But if we form this and bring everybody to the table, they don't want to keep sitting on this unutilized land. They also don't want to sell it. They want to lease it. Because, the lease is, I lease you this land. I always, in 100 years, it go back to my kids. Yeah. Right. 99 years, you leasing this land. I'm getting money throughout it all. Then it's going back to my kids. And that's generational wealth. Generational. We ain't at that stage.
But one thing that you say that I agree with is a plan, because even to attack, you gotta have a strategy. You gotta have a plan. You gotta a method to this, and if you're not really putting that aggression and that work in with the plan, you just out here and you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
So now you need the people, you need the plan,
Yeah.
and you got a guy like me. I can't really read and write. So the plan of the written plan is not coming from me.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I do all the time because some people just need a scribe. Let me talk. You take these notes and you create what. So I understand that.
Just like when they did the boycott in Alabama. When they did the boycott back then, that lasted a year. It was only supposed to be a one-day boycott. They needed a face for the boycott. It wasn't Martin Luther King plan.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a plan that these people created inside a little dark room or a basement. They came up with these plans, a church though, but they came up with this plan. They came up with this plan, and then they went out seeking for who could lead it.
Yeah.
But they had a plan behind it where they turned hearses into buses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a properly led plan that was able to really boycott the system for 366 days.
Wow.
Crumbled the bus system to the point where they had to give in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's Black Excellence Month, so shout out to us. It's time for us to show that we are strong.
No doubt.
It's excellence that's running through our blood.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing about it, definitely, when it comes down to collaboration and cohesiveness, that's one of the biggest issues that we have in local government.
Yeah.
The true story is this, that's why you got to watch who you elect, because the campaign looks, they're going to tell you everything that they feel like you want to hear. And then they get in and then there's switch up time, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the part about it. When you have people who have been pretty much bought by special interests, people who pretty much have their own agenda, people who have a machine that's behind them, people who are party pushed, people who, and I'm talking about on both ends, because I'm not a party, I'm a person. I keep telling everybody that.
Say that.
So when you have all of that, and those are your driving forces and your driving factors that got you into office, then guess who you owe?
Them.
All of them.
Yeah.
And so what happens is it almost becomes impossible for some of them to actually be cohesive and really work with, because to work with us, you're going to have to put past.
You also got to think about this on the election, though. Remember you said them 40 agenda items? That's the same thing that's happening to us when people run. They only showing up during run time.
Right.
The real people don't want to run because they know I'm not about to sit in here for $12,000 a year and get nothing done. I'm wasting my life. I can make more money doing something else. So it's so hard. We don't know who's running. We don't. They get in there and they disappoint us because anybody can sell us a tail, but how do we know the difference? And politics is so fake.
Yeah.
Like they told me, I can't run for mayor in pajamas. I'm never taking off my pajamas. I just won't be the mayor. Because I feel like it's a privilege for this city to get 4 years of my life. Y'all see just in the last 4 years what I have accomplished.
Yeah.
4 years is a privilege. It's like I'm gonna be me. When is the day going to come when we turn politics back to being you? Like I used to always say about Donald Trump. That's my boy. You know why I love him? Because he ain't scared to be him. With him, I know what I got. If he say, when I come over, I'm going to smack you, when he walked through that door, I know I better put my hands up. I want real. I'm tired of fake. Just be real with me. Tell me, when I get in here, I'm just helping them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Here's the thing about it, and I make it really clear. This is my stance. This is always my stance. It's gonna be my stance till the end. The people in power should never outweigh the power of people.
Yeah.
And when I say that,
we about to prove that.
That's gonna be that big thing now, because that's the thing that now you gotta wait. Now you got something to look forward to, because y'all thought people was just talking.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is now people are starting to open their eyes. We've been voting blindly.
Yeah.
We've been voting blindly.
Oh,
We've
absolutely.
been voting off of I'll use, I'm not picking on him personally, but I am going to pick on him right now. Let's say Spanbauer. People know Spanbauer in Niagara Falls due to the school system.
Valid.
His younger brother was my gym teacher. Mr. Spanbauer was probably one of the absolute coolest cats that I've ever had as a teacher in school. So, and I'm sure a whole lot of other people feel the same way about him. So now a Spanbauer is running for city council back in 2019. what happens? Who do you relate? You may not know John Spanbauer, but you know his brother.
Yeah.
Oh, they good people. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll vote for him.
Wow. Yeah.
We do that, but you don't we really don't dig into. And guess what? Another thing is put people to task. Take them to task when they come into the hood and into the communities.
Yeah.
Different portions of the communities asking you for your help. Because what happened, I'm going to tell you what happened in our community, in a lot of our community, especially the black and brown and the have-nots portions of our community, because it ain't always black and white.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck with you.
No valid.
It's not always black and white. There is the have and have-nots.
Green and lint.
Green and lint. Right. That's a good one. Green and lint, right? When they come into those portions of the community, what happened in 2019, I seen a lot, is that a lot of people in the neglected portions of our community ended up giving people blank checks. Giving people, when I say blank checks, of support. Blank checks, not even asking, hey, I need your support. Sure, give me your t-shirts, give me your signs, I'll do this, I'll do that, without coming and pulling them to the table and saying, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna hold you to task. We're gonna keep your feet to the fire.
Valid.
What are you gonna do for this portion of the community that you're asking for our support?
Yeah.
See, right now, what I'm seeing now is I'm seeing somebody who's going to funerals and having little photo ops. And
y'all know this election year gonna be different though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be very.
I got a bullhorn and a lot of orange trucks. Like they keep okay. So we started my committee.
Yeah.
It's called Make Niagara Falls Great Again. Now a lot of people they was like, nah, you can't use that. I'm gonna use that because that's what I'm doing. Making once again Niagara Street. I mean, Fall Street, Niagara Street, in that area, we got to bring it back to life. Main Street,
valid.
Pine Avenue. We do, you know what? Kennedy was right about something. We do got to worry about the tourists. This is the problem. You worry about the tourists, you worry about the people. When is y'all going to meet anywhere in the middle where we're making sure that the tourists is empowering the people?
Yeah.
Because we got to make sure that money, no matter what, is circulating.
Absolutely.
Guess what? It's not, and the thing about it is like I said, he's talking pennies. He's talking chump change when you talk
we're
about
Dubai.
We have all of.
Think about this. I went on Niagara Redevelopment page. Have y'all ever went on their page? Go on their homepage if you haven't been on it. We could like them or not like them. Go on their homepage and see how they sell the land that's there. The most biggest area in America of undeveloped land by a national wonder of world, right? You have. That's why I said you have to sell it together.
Yeah.
What we got here is a decaying low prices. I mean, it's always one person want to come in, but let's be real, it's going to take billions. So a millionaire come in and we dick ride them, but at the end of the day, it's going to take billions. Billions.
Yeah.
We got a chance right now in Niagara Falls that if we really put a plan together, we probably could go to the Saudis and make them invest in this city. Do you get what I'm saying? We could go to governments, other governments. The NOI was funded by the Kenya government. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Governments will invest in an area that's this ripe. If we had a plan to say, yo, this is the next Vegas.
Yeah.
Without, casinos.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Right.
No valid. But one thing you say consistently is the plan.
The plan.
It's
like I was thinking, like one area could have like a amusement, not amusement park, but like you got Sky Zone.
Right.
Next to Sky Zone, you got where people coming from all over this area to come to this place where it's 10 different things.
Right.
Why this section is set up like this? Because we could, even if we wanted to, make our streets over there smaller, like it is in New Orleans.
Yeah, the strip.
And make it where it's built up, and we making people walk. I mean, we got so many options that we could dream of.
Think about
if somebody had a voice wants to get the people to sit down. See, I got a voice to wake up the people.
Yeah.
But we also got to wake up the point where if all sides don't come together, it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
Unless we get enough people to the point where, because next we're going to be on people's lawns. Right. You, my house on fire. Your house about to be on fire. If I can't sleep, you can't sleep.
No valid.
This is why when I told him yesterday, hold up, this ain't going to be a normal us talk. Like we ain't going to come to the council meeting and just spend 5 minutes. We're going to spend time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Barricades of people to the point where y'all not gonna know how to handle us, because if y'all move us wrong, y'all scared about the black bro that's gonna come.
Yeah,
that's when you put them in them positions where they don't know how to handle it. Is the only way to demand change. But like he said, the plan.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
So you definitely there has to be a plan in place. And honestly, the our local governing body needs to serve its
I just see that
constituents.
somebody said it's important y'all to know so many white people are with you, support you, and watch what you're doing. You know, the thing is, I know that, like I said, when I speak, you got to understand, son, I speak in a way that I know how to speak. So I speak to my neighbor that I know how to speak to.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody speaks in a way that they know how. I understand everybody, like we were saying earlier on. When we putting these plans together for the 100 houses, we understand that I come from this community.
Absolutely.
And though I would love to give all 100 houses to these people, I know that as a leader that say he wants to lead a city of people, I can't just do it for one people. I must do it for it all.
Everybody.
But my motive is always going to be first and foremost to get the brothers off the corner that is killing themselves and is living a life of self-destruction. Yeah, and it's about saving a soul before I can change the government.
And then make it business for those. I know my demographic. Mm-hmm. I know where my effectiveness is. Right. So I'm going to use it. So I don't want anybody to feel shut out or disconnected. Right. But that sometimes when I deliver my message, I know this is just who it reaches. This is my age group. This is my demographic. I know these things. Right. So I encourage now. Y'all talking to show y'all safe faces. Show your support. Right. Publicly. Right. And I'm in trouble now.
No, that's true.
Don't be in the house. We got you under the stairs support.
Right. No. Come to the Entrepreneur School of Thought, 1110 19th Street.
Right. Show yourself present with us in these conversations. So I encourage y'all to be visible.
It's heavy.
When it comes to like, okay, so there's two movements in one here. There is the raising of the inner city, which is predominantly black people, but understand it's a lot of white people
100%,
on drugs like the rest of us.
100%.
We want them. They go through the same problems as us. Like we said, it's green and Lent.
Yeah.
All those that's poor, that's living in the same problems as us, we here. So when y'all got a nephew that goes into drugs or a son that goes into drugs, you're going to be able to call my school, even if you live in DeVoe. Or hopefully the schools will branch out and we'll have them each in our own community where we'll run them to the point when we connect everything, because our school is going to need certain programs. Like LaSalle might not need the program to teach a person how to fill out an application. Right. We need that program for real, because we're not filling out no applications. All the men I give jobs to, they could go to McDonald's and get a job today. You know, all they got to do is fill out a 5-minute application.
Yeah.
And we don't want a bunch of low-paying jobs coming here. See, that's another thing. Yeah. We rebuild the city. Do we want 1 million low-paying jobs?
No. That's what happens is, and I'm gonna keep it even a buck. Even let's talk about Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's, and all of that. We got excited when we seen $15 an hour in that window. And we're hiring $15 an hour.
That's just for eggs.
But you know what happened? What people don't know is that when they get in there, that $15 an hour is for 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Who gonna live off of that?
Who living off of that?
So
for sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot that we have to maintain when it comes to. So again, there is the plan, and the people have to be engaged.
No, for sure.
Yo, and I'm talking about, listen, since we all here, and I'm glad people watching, since we all here, honestly, like, to get word across, we can get whatever word we really want to get across, whatever it is. Now, if Donta went outside and Donta went and punched somebody in the mouth and he was on camera doing that, I swear I get about 500 shares in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
If I pulled my camera out and pulled off some and filmed some old garbage, somebody getting their clothes ripped off of them, I get all kind of likes, shares, and all of that. We need to start advertising and putting out messages.
Yeah.
Like this stuff right here, for some people, it might not be that popular, but guess what? It's necessary.
It's necessary.
It's necessary.
When I woke up this morning and realized in 12 hours, we got over 2,000 views at the city council. So many people want to go. I realized something, but it's a fight. You got to understand.
You got to fight it.
It's a sprinkle of negativity that runs around me.
Yeah.
I'm like one of them guys that I'm positive, but my passion makes it where I'm borderline. Like yesterday, it's like I'm yelling at the council.
Yeah.
But in reality, everything I say, I'm not just yelling. Like, some people get up there and they yell and it's like, just shut up. It's pointless. Mm-hmm. Every word I say matters.
It makes sense.
And I just seen the question you was putting.
Yeah. What Dee was asking about those who want to get houses and homes. She's like, why they got to pay $100 application fee? I believe that was the question. My eyes ain't that fire.
Either their homeowners are there some of the houses for the $100 to this community so they can be homeowners and apply for the grants to fix them and put their
sweat equity into their own homes.
See, this is another thing that I've been working on in the background.
Yeah.
Now that dude Rod Davis taught me something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he taught me? Hey, it's money out there.
It's money.
It's money out there. So while I'm out here asking for 100 houses, I ain't just asking for 100 houses that's gonna leave my people for dead.
Right.
Yesterday, I just went and opened a bank account for a credit repair company.
Wow.
To help us repair our credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then next, I've been having on my office research grants, home grants, find different home grants so we could pile up the grants. So now the second thing first is going to be to get them to agree. So while they thinking I'm fighting on this front to agree, they might agree and think, oh yeah, we're going to agree, but you're not going to be able to prove to us that you could get them done. Definitely after you raised all this stinking, we ain't going to be able to slide it through some lies, because they don't let locals get away with lies. We got to have the truth. So the way, right. Like I was telling, me and Donta was talking. The way I was trying to set it up with the 100 houses was, this is just an outline. So 100 houses, all local addresses only. So that means you got to have a local address to get these, right? I was thinking 40% go to the general public. Mm-hmm. That's just regular, average people throughout the city, all districts, not just downtown, not just, Laysale, not just DeVoe. Everybody needs to own a stake in this community.
Absolutely.
I was thinking 15% going to city workers. Now, all these numbers could change, but I'm thinking a percentage should be for those that work for the city, that help our city. Here go for you. 15% to civil servants like police and firefighters. Give them their percentage, because the police still protect us, and firefighters, they volunteers and they bust their ass.
Sure do. They're the first ones on the scene before the ambulance even. They're the first responders.
Valid.
For real.
So I'm thinking them. And then I'm thinking, 15% to like local homeowners that land, you own a house already, but you want to get another one to have a rental, because we do need rental properties. Everybody can't afford that.
Absolutely.
So 50% for that, and then 15% to small business owners. Yeah. Giving back to everybody, know that the economy runs on small business.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like the idea, the concept, when you do your research, it's so much bigger, because why can't the LLC business owner also own a house?
Right.
Why there's, and when you learn things, like I said, we talked about this before, developing and changing and readjusting and evolving and showing our children some trades.
Right.
Showing them who's building my house in 30 years.
Right.
AI. Like what's
harder. That's one thing robots going to take a while.
Listen.
Robots going to take a while to catch up with the home market. So that's always a man who doesn't really got many skills, don't know. Even a man that like me that can't read and write. It was easy for me to go into the house. I don't got to learn how to read and write. All I got to do is play with numbers.
Yeah. Listen, if you're listening, only a few minutes left. If you want to call in, you can definitely call in 716-299-0013, because y'all talking real heavy, but my good eye can't see that far. But definitely you can call in 716-299-0013. But the conversation right now is definitely on point. Yeah. And I think that the fire that was lit last night is a fire that needs to continue to be agitated.
That's it.
And what we always say, keep applying what?
And
pressure.
And the entrepreneur school of thought is going to be the center. 11, 10, 19.
Make it happen.
What I'm doing with that, I'm collecting all the names, numbers, and emails of those that is ready to be a part of this army. Yeah. These warriors that's going to take back our city. That's really going to show our numbers and give people like Donta the power to really. And we got to cross over. We need people in Cayuga Village. I keep hearing
valid.
Being the voting block. Valid. We need Cayuga Village with us. Absolutely. We need these people where I don't even know what Cayuga Village at, but I keep hearing about them as the voting block.
Let me tell you something. Back in 2019, when I first ran, I had no clue that we had a such thing as a Cayuga Village or Cayuga Island.
Cayuga Island. Yeah.
And when I tell you, when I went down there, see, that's the difference between Cayuga Island and Midtown and North End. Yo, you go down like these mid streets.
You just
I'm going there. It's like, okay, 2001. Okay, I'm gonna go knock at this door. I look at the next sheet. Oh, I gotta skip about 12 houses. Okay, 2065. Cayuga 2001. Okay, next I knock that door. Next one 2003. Oh, it's right next door. Everybody vote there.
Everybody. So you know what my thing gonna be? When I door knock, I don't want the list. People keep telling me to get the list that show the voters. I don't want the list.
Yeah.
When I go to an area, I'm knocking on every single door because it ain't about the voter. It might be a voter here that never voted.
Yeah.
I could wake him up. My thing is to get the people unified. I'm not skipping over nobody.
That's it.
And my bullhorn gonna ring.
Right.
And keep stirring trouble. And keep backing people up to the point where I'm gonna give a voice to the fights that have been out there. I don't plan on creating a lot of new fights. These fights been out there. Yeah. People been seeking homes for us.
So behind Wendy's.
Oh man,
the villages. No.
Dude, let me tell you something.
The island is crazy.
It's people that's hitting me up now.
Power Authority next too.
Oh, that's called the state. What did I say?
Power Authority.
I said
next.
It's time for us to start going into packing our weekend to a week duffel bag and going to Albany because that's where you're gonna fight Power Authority.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna fight Power Authority at the site. You got to go to Albany because that's the state. When you talk about the state park. How this park again? If a lead of water rescue have to happen in at the gorge, whose fire truck gonna be down there? Ours. Something go down, somebody get arrested. Whose police station that they're gonna have to go through? Yeah. Ours. So our thing is that they need to pretty much we need to fight for our fair share of the state park revenue. One.
Yeah.
Two. If we want to talk about the Power Authority, because the Power Authority shuffles millions, and I'm talking about
the only way to take that fight. We need great numbers. We need a united city that takes the fight to Albany. If we still fighting amongst ourselves, how can we take the fight to Albany?
And what's crazy is, and I said this before, and I'll say it again, that you don't need everybody, but you just need a strong. We got communities, and we got the mosques, you got the churches. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a representation from every piece of organization and body that walks or deals with our community.
You got an ideal, he got an ideal, I got an ideal. We all want our ideals to be successful. You know the thing is with me, I got a mission, not an ideal. You got the ideal.
Yeah.
My mission gonna pull your ideal, and that's all I am is a unity guy.
Yeah.
But the thing is what I mean by what, and I get what he's saying. Each organization has to go. You got a church. You take three simple members. I don't care if you only got if your church only got 50 members in it. You take 3 of those members and you send them for one, information. Be your information. Find out what's going on. 2, be a physical presence. Just you sitting there last night. Is something that it speaks volumes. But then there's the third portion is you did.
Absolutely.
What I was doing 6 years before I even ran for office. That's the cat that's going to bust that podium real quick to hold you accountable, let you know, yo, I'm watching you. And those are the difference. And what happens is we aren't as effective because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's being voted on. We don't know. And if you're not there, or you're not watching, then you're ignorant. And I'm saying ignorant from the definition of the word. You just don't know.
I'm one of those. I'm ignorant. You know why I didn't follow? Because I always thought, I'm one of the ones that trace stuff back. By the time it hit the agenda, who put it there? So I'm fighting items that was already pre-thought of. And that's what I was saying earlier. We need to create the items that is on the agenda. And public outcry, public speaking will start influencing that agenda to the point where.
But we also got to start going to like when they have the public hearings. Because there's a such thing as it has to go through the public hearing first before it makes it to our agenda. So when those public hearings take place, and I got to do even more so due diligence to try to really advertise more. I do.
Well, guess what? I can say this that I don't know how the hearings work, but the app has the link that you can go right to the council members page. You can get the agenda items, you can get the meeting times, you can figure out. You ain't got to go. You ain't got.
I like how you said put them RFPs up online, hiding stuff in the back of the paper that nobody reads. They don't even read the paper no more.
I told you that.
If you want to really, if the Niagara Gazette really wants to ramp up their put the RFPs on the front page. When it comes time for auctions, housing auctions, put them housing auction dates right on the front page. I promise you, I'll start.
You know what I used to say? You want to keep something from a black man?
Put it in the book.
You want to keep something from the people nowadays? Put it in a printed newspaper.
But I tell you what, put that, if you start putting RFPs, auctions, these things, you start when it starts to take place, put it on the front page of the paper. I promise you, that will generate. I start buying paper.
Yeah, because I don't buy the paper, and oftentimes we get the aftermath. Oh, they had these houses for sale. Why didn't I know?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you where it's at. Back in the penny saver areas, back in the and it's hidden under the portion of the page. Listen, the people who they're shuffling these houses off to, they don't need the paper.
An organization just came by the school last week, and I'm glad. I like what they're doing. But you know what they do? And they taking houses and they selling it like under market value to the point where by the time you put your money in to fix it, you still under the equity. So you still can bring money out of your. But guess where they getting these houses from that they selling to us? The city giving it to them.
That's crazy.
So when they came to talk, we're like, yo, so is this a grant? No, the city just gives them to us and we
just gives them to us
for you to sell back to the people. So hold up. They what? So we sit here looking like, yeah, it's a good program, but come again.
Right.
I missed something. Right. You know what I'm saying? I missed the part where why they was giving to who?
Why you didn't give it to us?
And there isn't an organization, I don't think right now, that has a bigger following than what mine got, even though we ain't voters.
Gotcha.
We ain't all voters.
Valid.
But the voters are starting to hear us. Why? Because our voice is ringing so loud and they seeing something. Hold up. They trying to really change something without the help of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Without the help of the council. Love you, councilman. But we working without you. When you come to us, you ain't a councilman. You are a community member.
I'm a
you know what I'm saying?
I'm
just so happy we know a councilman.
Listen, I'm the people.
You know what I mean?
And I always say that. Listen, there's nothing that I can do by myself. I need the people.
Need them.
And honestly, for things
racial. Trent just said, make sure R is invited to the racial oppression action planning workshop February 16th at the Doris Jones Resource Center this time. So it ain't gonna be on.
It ain't gonna be at the track. They shut that down or something, didn't they? I don't know. I heard something about it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I don't know the fact that they shut it down or not. That's why I want to shut
down, but like I think they kind of closed it down.
And I wasn't sure because I kept looking like I ain't really see no more advertising, no more promotion of what's happening over there. So valid.
You know what it is?
Check.
Once again,
got to check it out.
That might have been a great idea in a striving city. I don't know all about that.
Got you.
Right. Once again, if it was 100 things that open at once, it helps everything. You know what I just told my guys, the Place on Pine. One of the guys from the community turned it into a smoke shop.
Yeah.
There's 4 smoke shops in that same little section of Pine. You know what? It works out better because with it being 4 smoke shops, everybody coming there. One day you get your weed from here, one day you get it from here. Because sometimes abundance together don't hurt you. It's making more people draw from other areas to come here.
Yeah.
Because
more
options. You can find
more options.
100 casinos down the whole strip. It's making people travel to gamble all their money away.
Right. Yeah.
Let me put this because I know we running low on time real quick. I'm gonna put this because I'm gonna put a plug in. You know what I mean? We got my man, founder of Entrepreneur School of Thought. Super cool, right? Y'all need to go sign the book.
Valid.
Right. And one thing that I've been talking about as of late, and I've been going a little bit more heavier on it, is life insurance. Now, I am an agent. Here's one thing that, I've seen a lot of, I've seen a lot of GoFundMe. I've seen a lot of, hey, people need pass bags around because this person passed away. So we need to try to collect and gather money. And then for me, at the end of the day, this is my plug. This is my personal plug. If you can be, it's best to be proactive than reactive in that sense. So hit me up, 716-236-5688. I will be your agent. I will do what I have to do to try to get you the best rate possible on my end. Because guess what? We need to have life insurance and some people use it as more so as an investment, because some people might buy like a $500,000 policy, and then after 3 years, once that 4.25 up to 4.50 percent interest rate begin to build and creates cash value, they pull that and buy more, and then that's just kind of like the trick that they do within that.
Yeah.
So beyond that, whether you're doing it for an investment purpose or whether you're doing it to make sure that your kids are good when you're gone because you don't have like that kind of liquid cash available for you or whatever for your kids or whatever the case is. You want to make sure that your family is able to put you in the ground without having to ask everybody for funding. Reach out to me, you know what I'm saying, just so we can have that together, you know what I mean.
You see this last comment? Had a government professor tell me that if more Black and brown people were insured, you see a change due to the payout of these young people dying. Basically
we shoot him
rate, they're gonna come and make the change because they're gonna keep allowing the dying to happen on their dollar.
And those insurance agencies ain't gonna be too happy about that either, because they're gonna be like, hold on, wait, you got an accident, we got to pay this man out $100,000 for an accidental policy that he only pays $8.99 for a month alone, and only had it for a year, and he still has a whole life policy. So we got to pay them out. We ain't going.
Valid. So get your insurance. Stop playing games. Let's make it happen. This is going down. You're inside the vault on Fire 716. Your boy Big Frank. Let's go. Let's go get it.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Got my man Mimi here. Listen.
1110 19th Street. Stop by the Entrepreneur School of Thought. Black, white, Asian, purple, green, length. All of us stop by. Absolutely. Man, it's going to take us all to make this change.
It's a positive, and it's a positive space. Let me keep it a